All right, so here's all the wildflowers. Johnny's watering them. But they're doing really well. I think they're really gonna take off in the heat here. The alliums are starting to be done, but they're still pretty great. I think this is called Oregon Checker Bloom. They're really pretty, but they're starting to dry up as well. Over here, my Rose of Sharon is starting to get leaves. I planted these two columbines here, although they look a little sad. And these are irises. Over here, I planted some poppies and ageratums, and my roses started to bloom. So here's one of them, and here's the other one. And then this way, the raspberries are starting to form little berries. The violas are still going really strong. This is really full of strawberries that are white. My sugar snap peas started to blossom. My lemon tree is doing okay. Hanging basket. This is, I think, a huckleberry that I'm planning on planting. My peach tree has little peaches. This holy basil. My dill is not doing super great. This is the dill. I think I'll replant that. Cucumber. Nasturtium, I ate one blossom off of, but it has another one coming. This is catmint. These strawberries have the first red one. I'm really excited. It's not quite ready yet. The carrots are happy. I thinned them since last time. I think this is a mosswort or a mallow, I forget, but it's starting to bloom. I have some and fall over everything. The thyme is blooming. The chives are blooming. The spinach is getting ready to be done, I think. It's getting pretty tall. I have Swiss chard. It's looking pretty good. I probably sowed it too thick, but the romaine is starting to form heads. The purple lettuce is really happy. My purple snow peas are starting to get some flowers, which is exciting. My chamomile is in full bloom. My cilantro is okay underneath here. Here's those roses again. They're so pretty. And then this strawberry tower is doing great. Another view of the chamomile. Here's the green snow peas. I haven't found any blooms on it. Oh, here's one. So it's starting to bloom too. I have some more. That's oh, this is the huckleberry. That's a currant bush. So I have another hosta, some marigolds, things to plant. I'm gonna plant some more herbs here. So this is the entrance we took last time. So there's the peach tree. Here's my hanging baskets. Look really nice. Here I have red yard-long beans, and I have zinnias planted here, but I think I might have to plant them again because I don't see them. And then here's my green yard-long beans. And then here I have some borage coming up. These little seedlings here. Here's my third strawberry tower with so many strawberries. My early girls have some flowers, but all the tomatoes are doing pretty good. Oops, I think they could be a little bit bigger by this time, but it's been so cold. That's these are purple and green tomatillos and a pineapple tomatillo. These are all spicy peppers, and then these are sweet peppers. And then over here, I have lots of potatoes coming up. These are Adirondack Blues, and these are Yukon Golds. Here's my lavenders doing pretty good. And I have some cosmos sprouts coming up. Like this right here is a cosmos sprout, but they're not doing super great. My shade garden is pretty happy. My hydrangeas are starting to get some buds. My clematis is opened. These looked really dead last week, but they seem to be coming back just fine. I forget what they're called. This bleeding heart is pretty sad. I'm hoping it'll come back. This tomato is doing a little bit poor, but this area is like a mud pit all the time, so I think it just needs to dry out with some warmer, wetter weather. This purple basil I think is under the same issue. It just won't dry out, so it's having a hard time. I just planted these basils, but these tomatoes all look pretty good. Ignore my blackberries. The peaches on this tree are getting pretty massive. Here it is next to my hand. And they're starting to kind of get a little bit pink, but I don't know if that means much. And I planted these black-eyed Susans, these sweet peas, those black-eyed Susans. All the onions are really happy. These are a butternut squash. These are spaghetti squash, but they're supposed to be bush form, so I'm curious to try those. These pink tags are zucchini seeds I planted. I don't see them up yet. We'll see if they come up. Here's, if it would focus, I have a bunch of blueberries on basically all of these bushes. There's my little bee house. I was hoping we'd see one go in or out, but I see them going in and out all the time. I have a bunch of strawberries here that insisted on growing in the rocks, so they're pretty happy, but I don't see nearly as many berries as the ones that I've moved. This is pretty shady most of the time. Here's some yarrow that I really need to transplant. Here I planted a pack of shade wildflower seeds, and they're all starting to come up, which I'm very excited about. And then I've planted, this is another hydrangea that's gonna get big pink and red cones, which will look really pretty. My Solomon seal stopped blooming. I don't know if it'll start blooming again. I don't know how long they bloom for. I have this silvery purple fern and this hosta. So that other hosta I have, I'm probably gonna plant right here. And I still have a lot of things to go in the garden. Almost everything in the box will come out in the next month, and I will have other things to go in. And then I'll show the strawberries along the wall last. They're really full. So here's all of these strawberries, and I'm gonna plant sunflowers lining this wall in front of them. Give them a little bit of shade. I don't think they really like to be full sun. The strawberries ripen in the shade from what I can tell under the leaves. So here's all of those strawberries. There's so many. Get it to focus. So many. And oh, I forgot to show the broccoli, but I have little heads of broccoli starting to form. So yeah, the garden's doing really well. Got lots of stuff growing. A lot more things to put in this area. When the peppers start growing up, I have some maybe cabbages and shade things to put there. I forgot to show in the first video, but I have these purple bunching onions, which are like green onions, but these are purple, growing here next to the snow peas and the lettuce and the carrots.